Hello, BookTube. From gray, overcast Wednesday that has turned very sneezy and drippy. I apologize ahead of time for any sneezing or dripping that I do in this video. Something in the last 12 hours has triggered an allergic reaction. I almost never get those anymore. A couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago, on this channel, I would routinely complain about them in the spring and summer. Allergies. Sometimes crippling, sometimes literally nothing I could do all day except just roll around groaning and complaining about an allergy attack. Haven't had one of those in a long time, but something has triggered one today. Don't quite know what it is. We're going to have to hope for the ghost of BookTube to get me through videos nice and dry. So we've got just 2 packages here. A very calm, wonderful day. Lots and lots of stuff done. Plus, the kids up at the grade school, I was walking the bean and we went by the schoolyard, and there's a stone wall with an iron fence, and she can just get up so that her head and her little ears are visible over that wall to look at these kids, thinking, is there anyone here who can pet me? She wants to be petted by everyone in the world. and I was laughing. I don't like to hurry her along or tell her not to do anything. The kids were all involved in screaming and playing games of their own, so they weren't really noticing her. And then all of a sudden, some of the girls did notice her and screamed out her name, and then a whole crowd of kids came over to put their hands through the bars and pet and fuss over her. So that was delightful. We did that, well, until the kids and Frida both had enough. But there's been lots of other stuff too. Lots of chaos here at Hyde Cottage. Lots of uprooting. I have a little closet that I decided to not only open, but clean from top to bottom. And that has had, as some of you might know, this might happen to you too, that's had a cascade effect to every other part of Hyde Cottage now. The cleaning is just everywhere. I'm not complaining. But for some odd reason, this time around, I've had this kind of thing happen to me before, and I don't mind it. I actually like it, and I'm never anything but pleased with the results. But for some reason, this time around, I have done it in spurts. I do a little of it and then stop with stuff just strewn everywhere. I never do that. Never. When I get this yen, I will go until 4 in the morning to get every last bit of it done all at once. And that hasn't happened this time around. So things are in chaos, but they don't need to be. I could, when I'm finished with today's videos and today's writing, I could go until 4 in the morning. That'd be enough to get it all done. I just haven't done it, that's all. We've got a couple of packages. I opened quite a bit of mail today off camera. Apologize about that, especially since it was both Norton Critical Editions and Penguin Classics. But you'll be seeing them in the course of time on this channel. You'll see them anyway. And I did save two packages. There's the bean down there. I asked her. I said, I'm just going to be talking to the camera. Are you sure you don't want to be somewhere else? But no, she doesn't want to be anywhere else. She wants to be right here. So we only got 2 of these packages for me to sneeze and slurp my way through. Let's see what we've got here. So the first one is a finished copy. Oh, okay. All right, this is a Regency romance, I believe. I think I got contacted about this. This comes out in mid-November. This is Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Lord by Celeste Connolly. It says mystery, but I think it's a Regency mystery. Let's see here. Yeah, the elevator pitch is Bridgerton meets Agatha Christie. This is the first entry in a terrific new Regency-era mystery series. Yes. With a feminist spin. That goes without saying. You don't need to put that in a pub sheet. You don't need to put with a feminist spin in a pub sheet for anything. Because no book can get greenlit in 2022, 2023, 2024. No book can get authorized to come to me if it doesn't have that spin. You might as well just say it has a spin. Because that's now required. That's the same thing as it being in English. When Lady Petra Forsyth's fiancé and soulmate dies just weeks ahead of their wedding, there's a dodged bullet, she makes the shocking proclamation in front of London's loosest lips that she will never remarry. A woman of independent means, Petra sees no reason to cede her wealth and freedom to any man now that the love of her life has passed. Died, I assume that means. Nor does she intend to become confined to her country home. Instead, she uses her title to gain access to elite spaces and enjoy the best of society without expectations. But when ballroom gossip suggests that a longtime friend has died of melancholia while in the care of a questionable physician, Petra vows to use her status to dig deeper, uncovering a private asylum where men pay to have their wives and daughters locked away or worse. Just as Lady Petra has reason to believe her friend is not dead, but a prisoner, her own headstrong actions and thirst for independence are used to put her own freedom in jeopardy. Okay, well, I'm all for this. Absolutely, a Regency-era mystery. It sounds like it will be just a contemporary novel with costumes, which is what the Bridgerton TV show was. So if that's true, it isn't necessarily a bar to my entertainment at all. We'll see how this is. I don't think Celeste Connolly, I don't think I've ever read Celeste Connolly. I could look at her list of published work, but I'm usually very bad with such lists. Usually I just don't recognize from the list anything that, oh no, there is no list of published works. Who are you, my dear? An Agatha Christie Award nominee and former freelance writer and editor. A lifelong devotee of historical novels and adaptations fueled by her passion for history, plus weekly doses of PBS masterpiece. Celeste loves reading and writing about women from the past who didn't always do as they were told. Okay, all right. Well, that's a pretty good CV, and this has tons and tons of blurbs. So, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Lord will be coming to you in mid-November. And then we have a box. It's heavy and slightly oversized, so it could be yet another big nature book. Notice on this channel we've been getting a few of those. We've been getting a few big guides to the seaweeds of the world or something like that. I can't get enough of those, so that'd be great. Oh no, oh no, it's not that. Okay, alright, this is a reread that I need to do. Absolutely, like taking my castor oil, I need to do a reread of this. Okay. This is Shimmering Details by Peter Nadas, Volume 1 and Volume 2. So here we have Volume 1 in the finished copy, the prow of the ship there, and here we have Volume 2, just the hull of the ship there. So these are now out in finished copy at the end of November. These are coming out right before the American holiday of Thanksgiving. And these are translated from the Hungarian by Judith Solossi. The titular shimmering details in this two-part memoir are those concrete moments, the firmly embedded voluntary or involuntary memories that take pride of place in our sense of personal history, the smells, sounds, or sights that ineluctably draw us into a fully realized scene of our own adolescence, young adulthood, or any other moments from which we have a particular temporal distance. The author approaches these memories, building his memoir around them, as if there has never been anything else, hoping to avoid the retrospective winnowings and meanings that allow us to constrict a tidy autobiography. Instead, the author uses a sort of Freudian dream interpretation to scrutinize his own memory, proving cause and effect, the stories told to him by himself and others, to offer a steady centrifugal movement toward meaning. In the first volume, he offers a portrait of his childhood and the history of his family immediately preceding his birth to 1942. The second volume takes him through the Second World War and the Hungarian Revolution of 1956 and beyond. And the reason that I am sighing, despite the fact that I really like this author, I really like this author. I read Parallel Stories and thought it was terrific. Don't have a copy of Parallel Stories, but I read it and thought it was terrific. And I read the advanced copy of these things and did not think that. I thought just the opposite, that these were, oh God, the opposite of that pub sheet, that they were meandering, wandering, just a miasma, to use all the M's, a meandering, wandering miasma. I just thought this was some weird result of the author looking at Karl Ove Knausgaard and thinking, I can do that. But this is late November. That's good because it's now the 1st of November. So that means I can deal with these for 2 weeks. That's what they deserve, I think. I think that's what I'll do. I'll just deal with these steadily, slowly, carefully for 2 weeks I now have my first reading impression, but that's not the last responsibility that I have. So I'll give it another try for November, for nonfiction November, which you'd think would fit well with memoir, but there's no. This is only fiction. These 2 volumes are only fiction, despite their highfalutin aims to be the exact opposite. I don't know. All right, that's a little depressing, but maybe not. Maybe it will end up not being depressing. These are both November releases. They're both hardcover November releases, so I could do them right away, and I kind of want to. Even in the Nadas case, I kind of want to. So that's the mail for today. What little there was of it. Sorry about the others, but I'll keep a closer eye on things in the rest of the week, and we'll see if we can't get every little detail unboxed on camera. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up and go sniffle and slurp, but I'll be back. Thank you.